lady, now President Edgar Lungu Fund. There's been call by the church and by the opposition themselves that there be some form of reconciliation between the current government and the opposition. Government plating on these two events to be able to bring us as a people together through the opposition.
I don't quite understand the opposition, but in responding to that, the variance of us as a people, us as those who are in position of leadership, saying, let us use this moment as a moment of action, as a moment of us coming together, would answer that. Of course, government has always been in a position where if there are viewpoints that must be given, might differ from government's viewpoints, we are ready to listen to those. Of course, this would necessarily mean that we should move away from our focus is. Our focus right now is a befitting send-off. And the ancillary a benefit, if I can call it that, for the lack of a better term, the ancillary outcomes, I think is a better expression, is that it gives you and I an opportunity where we previously would not see eye to eye, for example, citizens, as people, as members of different political inclinations, of different religious inclinations, to be able to say, okay, at this time we are putting like that, and we are dealing a matter which is really one of national interest, of national focus. Again, I'll use the expression. I keep on harping on this because it's a time also for us to be say, as I indicated earlier, we are one Zambia and we are one nation. It's a time for us to be able to say we can go beyond what we feel sometimes sets us apart, come into one purpose, one mind.
The reason I asked that question, Honorable Minister, is because I didn't want to brutally get this question to you, because they're consistent. Why didn't yourself, even President Hakainde, his brother, when he was in hospital, when you knew that he was not well, why didn't? Why didn't? And I want you to put a human face to this, because
yes,
then we can't see one to be united on occasion like this.
No.
Even in our suffering, not to be united.
Andrew, you want to draw into the what ifs, the why nots, and the so on and so on. I know that for you, sitting in that chair, perhaps representing part of the population of the people of Zambia, it's important to ask these questions. But again, from a broader picture, there would be so many questions that would be asked at this time from different perspectives. Not just from the perspective that you have given, but there would be other contrary views. What are we doing to ourselves as a people of Zambia? We throw those into the hat at this time. What is the outcome we're trying to achieve? What is the how does that feed in what we have all agreed that this is a time for mourning? How does that assist in the process? If a response is given to your question, for example, which doesn't sit well with those that take the point of view that you have explained, what will them at this period of time? Will I not be inflating the feelings that they have? What are doing if I then take a point of view which is contrary to theirs, or allege a set of facts which is contrary to theirs? What does it do to us, to the country? Even if I have the information, assuming I have information, and the response to your question at my fingertips, please allow me to finish. What is the intended outcome of that? How does it add value to the process that we're undertaking? That there will be many different people that could actually come and speak on different platforms and say different points of view. Some have already started. There are people that are issuing podcasts from within the country and outside. There are people that are offering counsel. There are some that are offering prayer. Others are giving positive. Others are giving negative. If we now start to take those point of views and tear them apart at this point and ask the questions of the sort that you're asking, how does that bring the nation into a closer position of unity? The answer is that it does not.
Perhaps it would give us an impression that you're a caring government. You're a government that looks beyond political affiliation.
Well, Andrew, if you want to talk about whether the government is caring,
if the answer was a simple yes, Honourable Minister, that the President did take time to visit President Edgar Lungu, perhaps maybe to give an impression to the people that you're a caring government.
Listen, Andrew, maybe I would want you to unbundle when you say caring government. Is there a particular criteria that is used to determine what a caring government is?
In this context, yes.
No. Why would we want to use this context to have a conversation of that nature? You have other contexts. You had a drought last year, which was threatening lives of hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of Zambians. The response of the government to that drought would answer your question. Why would you want to use particular context? Is it for the purpose of now conflating the situation? If you really want to truly ask about whether the government is caring or not, there are so many different parameters that can be used to answer that question.
For the purpose of demystifying
again, we are going back to go into a situation where we think about this situation, and I think that is not morally correct. Do not and have not done that as Zambians when we are facing.
And Honourable Minister, I think it's for the purpose fine what the position of so many people is at the moment, that you hypocrites as government, that you now want to take over the funeral of a that you never cared about, of a person that you mistreated, of a person that actually was at the airport when I was traveling to South Africa, you actually ordered that must be removed. So to demystify some of these myths and misconceptions that the people have, I'm asking that, is it true that government never cared for former president, government mistreated? And we have an opportunity to speak to you as a government official to give of what happened or of what happening, and that's why I'm advancing those questions to you, Minister.
I think you have heard the expression, Andrew, and the people of Zambia out there, that to every season there is a reason, and everything has got its own time. Your question could be asked at a different time that we are in now. Perhaps if people want to take that conversation, there is an appropriate time for it to be had. To ask that now, I think is, as I said earlier, not befitting of the situation we're in as a people. The focus, as I said and indicated to you earlier, supposing that point of view is taken and respond in a radical sort of way, which does not which is opposed to the views that you have expressed. What does that do? Using this situation we are in as a opportunity for conflating. This one says this and pulls in that direction. The other this and pulls in that direction. The other one pulls. We are just as this dime put, you create a situation where there is disharmony amongst us as Zambians, because we are all pictures. The purpose of coming to this platform is to unite, is to counsel, is to use the opportunity to say that as government we are looking at this as a situation when we must focus on this particular aspect. Of course, otherwise we'll be doing a disservice to ourselves as a people of Zambia. And I'm grateful that you ask these questions, but also out of the opportunity to say that there will be different viewpoints out there. There are many viewpoints that are opposed, for example, to those that you have put across, if they were to voice out the way others would want to voice out, what does it to us? That question, for the benefit of the people of Zambia and those beyond that are looking at that. Yes, there will be many things all the time in our everyday lives. Those many questions are always will be at the foremost of our mind. But now we are here. We have found ourselves in a situation where we have lost our former president. I think all of us should say those questions can be answered at a different time, if to be answered at that material time. It doesn't help the process that we are undertaking. As a people, together, we are mourning. Let us mourn in dignity and in peace.
You mentioned earlier that there's a number of lessons we've learned, from the past presidents. Lungu was the last surviving former president that, we had as a country. What lessons, government, are we learning, from these past presidents,